Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy and Linda. Scout's Honor. This short snippet of a landlord-tenant docket, it's rather fun. From the FBI to getting arrested, and then there's the cat who can't keep quiet. She doesn't get muted, but she should. We hope you like it. Court with Krissy and Linda is now in session.
Number 41E 2601413, The Flats at 9338 versus Madalena Barbo. That's the same last name, and all occupants.
Nationwide,
Okay, that's a default. How much is the monthly rent?
$7.99 and no subsidy. And they owe February and March for a total of $15.98. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I think these people, we've evicted them from places in Austin.
Well, it looks like they have two places then, because one of them is her name plus the other guy's name that I can't pronounce.
It's not a good situation. They're Romanian, and the FBI's been involved with them.
Okay. All right. Well, the court is awarding $1,598 to the plaintiff, cost of court, post-judgment interest and possession, setting the appeal bond at $1,600. They do have 5 days to appeal. Hopefully you can get them out. Cause number 41E 2601414, 532 Tidal Way LLC versus DeJoria Garcia and all occupants.
It's Desiree Garcia. I'm on Zoom. I'm present, ma'am.
Desiree. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Nationwide for the plaintiff.
All right. How much is the monthly rent, please?
$11.75. No subsidy.
Thank you. What months, please?
January through March for a total of $35.25.
What did you say? 25, 35?
$35.25.
35, 25. I knew that was wrong when I was writing. I was like, wait, I don't think that's what she said. Okay. Did you pay for those months in question?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Okay.
I also put in an answer as well. I don't know if you received it. And I paid the money for I think there's like something you have to pay for to get it like sealed or certified or something.
I'm looking at your answer. You attempted to pay on time, but the plaintiff refused. So do you have the money to pay?
So if I can go back a little bit. So when I moved into this unit, it was back obviously before 532 Tidal Way was involved. I was moved into a completely not move-in ready unit. Actually, the leasing agent that moved me in, she actually still stays here, and she stays 2 doors down. They moved me in. I paid the rent on time. I had, prior to this, I had exposed wiring. There is actually still mold in the bathroom. The locks on the doors were wrong to where I actually.
Hey, I'm not going to hear a repair and remedies case. This is for the rent. You can't withhold rent for repair.
I understand what you're saying, but my lease was breached from the beginning. The city of San Antonio.
That's a breach of lease. It's not put this before me today.
But I did attempt to pay the rent. I did attempt to pay the rent on time. The $3,100 that Dana Castelvecchi, who's on here, told me to pay. There's also a false in here. They never gave me a 3-day notice to vacate. That was never given to me. They put that it was February the 4th. That is untrue. The city of San Antonio, the last time they came was on February the 4th to come back and find the apartment again for the last time. I was never given a 3-day notice to vacate. I did not meet them or see anybody from 532 or these new people until February the 5th when I went in because nobody would give me a ledger. I asked them what I owed. She told me that she could take $200 off, and she asked me what could I pay. I asked her, could I pay it online? Dana Castelvecchi told me yes. When I came back in order to pay it, they told me that I owed I have those emails as well, that I needed to pay over $5,000 and that I could not pay online and that I needed to go get money orders. I told them, I said, I don't know if this is considered at this point retaliation based off of the city coming in, but I attempted to pay them, and I would do a lie detector test on that. I did. I attempted to pay the $3,000 and the $5,000.
Okay. How did you all give the 3-day notice? Because in the petition, it doesn't show how you gave it.
They posted on the inside of her door.
That is incorrect. That is not true. That is a lie. And I testify to that. I was never given a
Okay, hold on. Ms. Kelly, you didn't do it, right? Because you are the agent. So
correct.
is the agent here that can testify that she put it on there or he put it in the door? Because in the petition, it doesn't say anything and it should be certified mailed to them as well. And it doesn't have anything in here. It just says on February 4th, there is it does. It say posted inside the door. And you're saying you never received it? And
Scouts honor, ma'am. And the man from the city came around 8:30 a.m. that day and met Dana Castelvecchi and the maintenance man when he was going to find them on February the 4th. She never spoke to me. I did not meet that lady till February the 5th. My children are homeschooled and I work from home. Scouts honor. Nobody ever put that in my door. I swear to God. And I don't even mean to do that. I promise you. I've attempted to rectify this all the way since October.
okay, so do you have any money to pay towards this?
No, I ended up buying a house and putting money down on a house. That's what I've been. Nobody would work with me.
Okay.
I literally,
Okay, stop, please. Are you still living in the house? Or
I'm
this
vacating. At this moment right now, I'm in here. I'm moving out tomorrow. I've been attempting to work with them the entire time.
Okay, so you're moving out tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the 1st. I have every email. I've attempted, Judge. I know I sounded overly passionate.
Okay, stop, please. I'm just trying to think of what I'm going to do. Because she can't swear that that's in your door because she didn't put it in there. You're moving tomorrow. You bought a house. The court is awarding court cost, post-judgment interest and possession only. Appeal bond is set at $2,350. You have 5 days to appeal or 5 days to move out. And so the judgment is for court costs. All right. Good luck to you, ma'am. Cause number 41E2601506 HFCC Incorporated versus Trenton Scott Dunn.
Plaintiff, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Rendon. All right. Good afternoon. Trenton Scott Dunn.
He's actually in the middle of being arrested right now at the property, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. How much is the monthly rent?
This one was actually for breach of lease, for lease violation, so it's not for rent.
Okay. All right. But how much is the rent? Because I need to set an appeal bond.
Yes, Your Honor. So for him, the rent portion is $1,059, no subsidy.
All right. And what is so you really just want possession?
Yes, Your Honor.
By default, the court is awarding court costs, post-judgment interest, and possession to the plaintiff, setting the appeal bond at $2,120. He does have 5 days to appeal. Cause number 41E2601507 HFCC versus Kathy Cat Ortner.
Plaintiff, Your Honor.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay. Good afternoon. How much is the monthly rent?
The monthly rent for her is going to be tenant portions $193, subsidy is $865 and 10 cents. So tenant 193.9.
Okay, and that total is what, 865?
That should come out to $1,059, Your Honor.
Yeah. Okay.
And this one is going to be for a holdover.
Okay, it's a holdover. And okay, and what months are you seeking?
Just so the original notice was sent to her on 12/19, and then I sent a reminder of this on 2/9.
So how much does she owe you?
This is for holdover, Your Honor. We're not gonna contest for rent.
Okay. The court is awarding court costs, post-judgment interest, and possession to the plaintiff, setting the appeal bond
Can I
at
explain? Ma'am,
Yes.
I am here. Miss Ortner is here. I'm trying to explain something about that.
Okay, well, you're a holdover. They don't want to renew your lease. You're still living there,
But
correct?
my lease isn't up till the end of July this year. I was renewed on my lease. And first when they said I was being dismissed, I'm medically disabled. I'm on oxygen and I am in a wheelchair. It was part of the agreement to move into Town Twin Village. And Town Twin Village is supposed to be Housing First Coalition. But when they first did it, they said it was going to be an ADL reason. That's the independent living test that they do. I did pass that test. Then they said I did not pass it. This has been going on for a couple of months. I called APS on my behalf, and they did find probable cause that they should give me more time to vacate because I need to go into a housing project for disabled. I've been here for 3 years, Your Honor. I've never had one lease violation. I've never caused any problems, but I understand that they're now becoming the Town Twin Foundation and getting rid of the medical people. And I have nowhere to go at this point, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, when you say she's a holdover, she's saying that her lease doesn't end until June or July. So how is she a holdover?
I can share my screen with you, Your Honor. Her lease
Okay.
expired 7/31 of 2025.
Oh, wow. So it expired last year. So, ma'am,
Yeah.
did you know that it expired last year?
They did have someone in the office by the name of Gary that worked for the city, used to work with them, and a girl named Vanessa that's still here on property. And they did renew my lease. They renewed it in July in August in order to, they never gave me a copy, Your Honor. But in order to even get the rental that I've been giving them every single month, they told me that they had to do the lease. Then they said the ADL came back and I wasn't going to be qualified. And Laura, the one who issued this today, or issued the court documents, I guess she's not available. I've never met this Joe Rendon person. Never met him at all. He's taking over, I guess, a housing director position. But the person that I spoke with, and Vanessa, who still works on property, did renew my lease. They just hadn't gotten a chance to give me the papers. Then Laura said, no, you didn't pass your ADL. I had it on camera, Your Honor. I did pass it. APS came in on my behalf and found grounds for them to give me more time. As soon as they made an agreement with her on February 20th, I have the agreement. The next day she closed the case and they evicted me.
So I can
Okay, so what's
clarify.
I
going
need
on?
more time is all I'm asking.
Ma'am, I've heard enough. Thank you.
Yes.
Mr.
You're
Rendon,
welcome.
Yes, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Rendon, where is Vanessa and where is Laura and where is this new lease that she says that she signed?
So I can clarify. I have Vanessa. She's actually pre-post. She's the one dealing with the gentleman that's getting arrested currently, so she's not available.
What?
Miss Laura is not
I don't
here.
know that person.
We're not
Ma'am,
talking about you, ma'am. Okay, go
So
ahead, Mr.
Okay.
Rendon.
what I can tell you is we signed an agreement with her to hold off the eviction. That's what she signed. She didn't sign a new lease. And
Okay.
this took place about 2 months ago, and this was a 90-day agreement. That's
No,
compliant.
I have it in front of
Hold
me.
on, ma'am. Let him
Okay,
finish,
I'm
please.
sorry.
So
Yes,
that was if
yes,
she
ma'am.
were to comply to our PSH agreement. So we are a permanent supportive housing program. So she has not fully participated in that. We still gave her a last chance. She has not complied. So since she did not comply with bringing in the documents that we requested, I sent her out a letter that stated that the agreement we signed was null and void because of the lack of participation, and we were going to move forward with the eviction.
And what paperwork was she supposed to give you?
So, Ms. Kat Werner, we're trying to get her connected with more benefits. So we have a benefits team here that helps with Social Security, whether it be retirement, disability, or
I get disability.
SSDI.
Just a minute, please. Let him finish.
Okay. Yes,
Because
ma'am.
we
I'm
do,
sorry.
we do have a COC grant that we have her under. So the goal is to get her off of COC, have her a little bit more reliable, self-efficient. She was supposed to also bring in her award letter so that way we can renew her lease if potentially, if it was able to. She never brought in her stuff. We set up 3 appointments with her. She did not show up to those 3 appointments. Our care coordinators actually went to her unit to ask, see if what they can get from her. She stated that she wanted to come in person and that she didn't have it with her, but that she could get it. And still
I've
to this
got it.
day, that has not been brought over. So that's why we decided to move forward, Your Honor.
Okay, ma'am, do you have your award letter?
I do. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I
what else
gave
does
them
she
a
need?
copy of
Hold
it
on.
when he
Mr.
took me.
Rendon, what else does she need? Her award letter, what else?
Uh, let me pull up her notes on her account real fast. And I can tell you exactly.
Thank you. You need to make a list, ma'am. When he tells you what you need,
Yes, ma'am.
you need to make a list. Award letter is number
Yes,
one.
ma'am.
Okay, let's see what
Yes,
else
ma'am.
he has. And while he's looking, you did not sign a
Yes, ma'am.
lease. You signed something that stated that if you, please do not interrupt me.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
you signed something that stated they were not going to file an eviction on you for 90 days if you brought in this paperwork. They went to your apartment. You've refused to give them the paperwork. You have not gone in person. You didn't give it to them while they were at your apartment, and you didn't go in 3 times. You missed appointments. So, you are not doing
Can
your
I
part.
explain
You want
something?
everyone to feel,
I don't.
No, you can't say
I don't
anything.
walk.
You've
I
said
don't
enough.
walk,
Oh, they went
ma'am.
to your
I'm looking at
apartment,
the
ma'am.
paper,
Ma'am,
but
they
they
went
gave
to
me
your,
90 days from
okay, will you
219
please,
to
will
do
you
the
please
papers.
mute her?
I'm sorry.
No, you're not sorry. You keep interrupting and you're not
I am
doing your
sorry.
part. No.
All right, Your Honor. So I pulled up the agreement. So it was supposed to just be her turning that income. The rest of the stipulations were that she submit 3 applications to different housing programs by 4 p.m. Monday, March 2nd. And then that she also pay her February and March rent, proof that she's paid that, which of course she would get a receipt with, and transition into new housing as soon as it becomes available, not to exceed 90 days from 2/19/2026. She also did not bring in the 3 applications because our goal was to transition her to a higher level of care. Um, Given her situation, the people that we're dealing with are former like seniors that are chronically homeless. So the goal was to get them to leave in a better state than when they first got here. Um, she just did not, do the work for that.
Okay. So she was supposed to give you the award letter,
Uh-huh.
the 3 applications that she applied to
Other housing programs.
other housing programs. And then she was also supposed to give you the rent for February and March, which she has no money. So how was she going to do that?
So she does have some money. Like I said, she does get disability. We were trying to get her connected with other benefit incomes as well.
Okay. So she would have had to come up with 2 months rent, which is February, March, and what else? And that's it, right?
And then, just transitioning into the new housing. Like our goal was to fully transition her.
Okay. So let me talk to her. Now I want to talk to you, ma'am, but please don't interrupt me. So you were supposed to give them the award letter, which you say you have. You were supposed to give them 3 applications that you've tried to apply to other, what did you call it? Other
Housing programs.
housing programs, sorry. Other housing programs. And you were also supposed to pay February and March rent, which is less than $400. You were supposed to pay $193.
I did.
You were supposed to pay $387.80.
I did, ma'am.
Okay, do you have a receipt on that?
They have an automatic withdrawal on my account with my bank.
Okay.
They took the rent out themselves.
All right. So she has an automatic withdrawal, then y'all should have that money.
So it does do automatic withdrawal, but once it tries to pull twice and it is unsuccessful those both times, then it will not attempt to
No,
pull it anymore.
Okay. So he's saying that basically they tried to pull it from your account, but you didn't have the money in there, so they couldn't. And then they tried again. Well, okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset it for 1 week. I know you can't go over there, but you need to get all this stuff together. You need your 3 applications that you've submitted to 3 different housing programs. You need to
have them.
Show proof that you paid the $387.80. If you haven't paid it, you need to pay it today, and you need your award letter. I'm resetting this for 1 week. So if you have a friend, a brother, a sister, I don't care who, someone needs to get this stuff over to them, and it needs to be paid, and y'all need to get this figured out. But you have 1 week to do it. If you don't do anything, then that's on you. Then you are going to be evicted. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And you're also you're also going to owe for April. So you're actually going to owe another $193. So you're
But
actually
I
going to
don't, I can show them proof. Can I show you proof that I paid with my bank statement?
if you can share your screen.
Well, I can't on the Zoom call because I tried to do it with the wrong Zoom, but I could within the 1 week. I'll show you proof.
Okay, but you're going to have to owe, now you owe tomorrow, you're going to owe another $193.80. So your total amount that you need to pay within this 1 week is $581.70. That's for February,
I
March.
can prove I paid for 2 months.
Okay.
I'll get the bank
Well,
statement now.
well, you need to go over there and you need to talk to them or have them come to your apartment and talk to you the way that
I
they.
have asked them and they refuse my calls now.
Okay. Well, I'm telling y'all need to figure this out, Mr. Rendon.
Yeah, well, I'm more than happy to work with her. Like I said, that's why we did the last agreement. I mean, if we were willing to help her even a year beyond her lease, I think we're still willing to help her now. It's just she
Okay.
hasn't participated.
All right. She's saying that she can show proof that that money went out of her account. She knows that she owes tomorrow rent. She has her award letter. Do you have your 3 applications for your other housing programs?
Yes,
Do you
I
have that?
do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Then could y'all schedule an appointment for someone to go to her house and get all this stuff from her?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. I can get one of her case coordinator. She has a specified person to go ahead and meet with her when she arrives today. All she has to do is come to the office and let us know.
Okay. Did you hear
I
that?
can get my provider. I'll get me there. I'll get there.
Also,
All
Your
right.
Honor,
You
I
have
want to
1
see for
week.
the reset. I do have a case next week on the 7th for the 10:30 docket. Can we put this one on that same one?
That's fine with me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. 10:30, ma'am. It's going to be at 10:30 instead of the afternoon.
Yes,
10:30
ma'am.
in the morning.
What day? Yes, ma'am.
April 7th.
4/7?
April 7th at 10:30 in the morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I have faith that y'all can get this done. All right. Thank you. Cause
Thank you,
number
ma'am.
418.
Thank you. God bless you.
Mhm.